Fact-check reaction by Acholi Pro Evo TV. A recent Acholi language video shows Rwot Yusuf Adek publicly declaring his support for Tonny Kitara, the NRM flag bearer, an MP aspirant for the Rwot division Gulu sitting. In the clip, Rwot Yusuf Adek says, "A winning not more while any Rwot umyer pe kochiet it will be." Kalorada which loosely translates says, "I heard someone say a traditional chief is not supposed to support a candidate in politics. Oh yes, if that's true, take me to court." He makes the statement boldly and without apology, defending his decision to back Kitara. Watch the clip here.
Wrong kick. Ini tuh boxing. Oton ring. Ini yang referee dia bayar. Omiro ini training dia set. Ingon tuh ni ero ni inti kumi bay going at man ni knockout. Ano po iwurlo kakana? Apo iwurlo chungo? Apo iwurlo nero? Apo iwan win? Angkera iwadone Rwot. Kamero cherry loka kui. Pangarin eno ni logo da chi utelo ke diri court. Ana tieki kui na eje bana. Abolo no kwa wini anyang ka we abolo. Bimaro we ko gina bene kaya to ale lo tino nani o chero che chung ki lwak lo wotu. Amini mukum ni o chero che lo kui. Pero cher ka pima cher ka lo yo kui. Yara Tonny Kitara Uchaba ripotamo kotin Ukwenchu ikimu Fred Bara Tuma kumbedu kama kotal Bero enea ai riaka ai lawiyadul kamunyon Weda nga rachela chelo tiyo ki kang kama NIA Chitoni la lokwi Ento kao logo ten Batwa kanyi iti wo do kwaju ginapar iti cheng waju ginapar gina ini waju di wo weko kati iti cheng anano menwa anga abe ngo abe maki mia gifta abe Nyuberi kumjone
The declaration quickly drew attention because Rwot Yusuf Adek is one of the most admired traditional leaders in Acholi land. A chief whose voice carries weight and whose words can shape public opinion. His support for any candidate is not a small matter. It can influence the direction of community discussions and even voter choices in Gulu City. Before we proceed, it is important to make one thing clear. This fact check is not intended to show that Acholi Pro Evo TV opposes Tonny Kitara or supports any of his rivals. Our mission is to uphold factual accuracy and provide civic education without bias. This analysis is an independent truth-seeking exercise by Acholi Pro Evo TV, guided by the principle that the truth must stand above particulars, personalities, or emotions. The Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, under Article 246, and the Institution of Traditional or Cultural Leaders Act 2011 provide clear legal boundaries for traditional and cultural institutions. These laws explicitly state that a person shall not, while remaining a traditional or cultural leader, join or participate in partisan politics. The reasoning behind this legal framework is to preserve the neutrality and moral authority of cultural leaders so that traditional institutions remain unifying symbols for whole communities regardless of political differences. The 2011 Act further provides that cultural leaders shall not take part in political party activities, endorse candidates, or exercise any form of administrative or political power of the state. In practical terms, joining or participating in partisan politics has been interpreted to mean taking part in any public activity that shows allegiance to political party or candidate. This includes public endorsements, attending campaign rallies, wearing party colors, and making statements that favor one side over another. Therefore, when Rwot Yusuf Adek publicly declared his support for Tonny Kitara, an NRM flag bearer, that act legally amounted to participation in partisan politics. From a legal perspective, therefore, Rwot Yusuf Adek's actions are inconsistent with the constitutional and statutory restrictions placed on traditional leaders. His statement may have been made in a moment of conviction, but it falls within what the Constitution prohibits. Whether it was personal, opinion, or official endorsement, the impact remains the same. It publicly aligns a traditional institution with a political party. Yet in Uganda, enforcement of such legal provisions has historically been inconsistent. Some cultural leaders who have made similar political comments have faced quiet warnings, while others have continued freely without any formal consequences. The difference depends on political context, whether those in power find the act useful or threatening. This inconsistency has created a space where the law is clear, but its application depends largely on who is involved and when it comes. When it happens. The potential implications of Rwot Yusuf Adek's declaration go beyond the law. For him personally, it could weaken his standing as a neutral father figure of the community. Traditional authority depends on trust and impartiality. When a Rwot takes sides in politics, some of his subjects may feel alienated or question his fairness in seeking disputes. For Tonny Kitara, the endorsement can be a double-edged sword. It may attract support from those who deeply admire Rwot Adek, but it can also provoke backlash from voters and candidates who view the act as an abuse of traditional influence. These opponents, independent Father Onen and DP's Norbert, may even raise formal complaints to the Electoral Commission, arguing that such endorsements distort fair competition. To put this in perspective, imagine if Rwot Casimir Ngom or Rwot David Achand II publicly endorsed a candidate during elections. The public reaction would be enormous, and the debate would immediately move beyond politics to question of moral authority. Backing Todera or Lagende Virtua or Mahmoud or another candidate could be serious. A cultural leader who carries emotional weight, and once it is used politically, it risks dividing rather than uniting. This is exactly why the law exists, to ensure that traditional institutions remain houses of unity, not political platforms. Rwot Yusuf Adek's case also raises a deeper reflection about freedom of expression versus constitutional duty. Every Ugandan, including a Rwot, has the right to speak and hold personal opinions. But when one serves in a cultural office recognized by the state, these opinions are no longer just personal. They carry the weight of an institution. The balance between these two responsibilities is delicate, but essential to preserving public confidence. Therefore, this fact check should not be interpreted as an attack on Tonny Kitara or opposition to Rwot Yusuf Adek. It is an independent clarification rooted in the truth and guided by respect for both leaders and the community of Acholi. Acholi Pro-TV does not take sides in political contest. Our goal is to inform, educate, and remind the public that the rule of law and cultural dignity are shared responsibilities. Truth is not a weapon. It's a foundation for unity, accountability, and peace. Under Ugandan law, traditional or cultural leaders are constitutionally barred from taking part in partisan politics. What used to be Adek's endorsement of Tonny Kitara, my tongue was slipping with the Kitara, the CEO of Uganda County Dairy. Sorry. Kitara, it clearly challenges that boundary, even if it comes from personal conviction or good faith. Whether or not he faces any consequences will depend on how authorities and the community respond, but the legal position remains firm. If Uganda is if Uganda is to uphold the democracy and cultural heritage, every leader, political and traditional, must respect the lines that protect our institutions. This fact check, produced by Acholi Pro-TV, stands as an independent reflection of truth, meant to inform, not inflame. It reminds us that in the face of politics and passion, only truth and fairness can keep the Acholi community united.